Good afternoon, everyone. It's Holly Million, the Shaman Artist, and this is the Spiritual Spa Tuesday edition, the first inaugural one. We also do this on Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Pacific every single week. And now you have options. You can do it on Tuesday or you can do it on Saturday. And it's on three platforms: Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And I'm making some progress on some technical upgrades. I've now got a mic. I soon will be doing this from one device using an app that will allow me to live stream for all three platforms at once. So, wow, what a learning curve. I can see that there's somebody there. I can't see you though because it's Facebook and they don't show me who it is. So if you're able to make a comment, let me know you're there. There's Tracy. All right, Tracy. You're always there on Saturdays, a very regular Saturday attendee. And now you're here on Tuesdays. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for your support. And all three channels are working. I have a new device for YouTube, and I'm going to be doing some new things to make it even better, to streamline my process, to make it technically excellent. And I have a microphone, so on Instagram, you should hear me nice and clear for once. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to show up. And if you're there, please do say where you're at, where you're located, say hello. On YouTube, I can't see any comments yet. That's possible there is nobody there, but we'll find out. So, in just a minute, I'm going to give you a little bit of a weather report on the energy weather for this week. It's been quite a doozy. Then we're going to do a card draw for this coming days ahead of us, and we're going to be using the Colette Baron Reed, the Crystal Spirit Oracle, which I used on Saturday last week. It's an excellent deck, and we're going to see what the card shows us for general guidance for those who are here or watching the video. And then we're going to go into a clearing this evening because, as you know, we've just gone through an eclipse, and boy, was that intense. We're going to need a little bit of help, I think, to continue to remove whatever's been coming up from that. I've been purging all day and even in the days leading up to this, and again, we'll have more to come. So I'm glad you're here. We're here to support each other, and we're here to get ourselves some relief from the general heaviness of things. Perhaps you find it exhilarating. I do all of the above. I find it exhilarating and I find it exhausting. So let me dive into the weather report. I know there are some people planning to come. They'll probably come in as they get used to seeing that there is something to see. I'll broadcast for them to see. There's somebody on YouTube. I can't see who you are. If you make a comment, I may see who you are. I'm trying a new device. My apologies if your comments are not read. I am appreciative of everybody who's here. It's good to see somebody's on every platform this evening. That makes me feel really good. So, energy weather. There was a total lunar eclipse this morning at 3:33 a.m. So 6:33 a.m. Eastern, 3:33 a.m. Pacific, in the sign of Virgo, and it was a blood moon. So this is a full moon that has a lunar eclipse, and the earth gets in between the moon and the sun, and when it does so, the moon turns this incredible blood red. And I didn't see it myself, although I was awake at 1 a.m. and I slept very badly last night. Anybody else have any issues? Full moons in general tend to cause some insomnia for me. But an eclipse, you throw an eclipse in there and it's going to be even more challenging. So I didn't see anything at 1 a.m. It was cloudy here in Oakland, California, so I couldn't see the moon at all. And I went back to bed. But this morning, a friend got up and watched in the minutes right before the total eclipse. And she took photos and she sent me a photo, and it was extraordinary. It looked like a movie scene. It was just blood red moon. And then she said she watched as the total eclipse happened and the moon just went black. It just disappeared from view. She said it was extraordinary. So eclipses in general are, I find, to be energetically about revealing what is hidden, revealing what is not obvious. And they tend to also show where we feel the most vulnerable. There's Michelle. Michelle is just talking about astro weather, so you're just in time. Thank you for coming. Um, Eclipses reveal what's been hidden. And, this particular eclipse in the sign of Virgo is one that's causing us to really evaluate everything, all the details of our life, how we run our life, what we're doing with our finances, with the systems that we use to run our life. There's Lola. Good to see you over there, Lola. Uh, and we're going through a process of inventory. This is the time to go through an inventory and ask yourself what's working, what's not working, what do I need to refine, what do I need to change, what do I like, and to make adjustments so that things serve you better. And this also was a very purifying moon, I have found. I found myself being purged and lots of things coming up, including today, a whole lot of anger that was hidden underneath the surface. There's a lot of anger and rage from past abuse and not speaking up, and it just came up and up, and I did some extra spiritual hygiene today. So I'd be very interested to hear what everybody else is experiencing from the eclipse, if you did any kind of personal process. There is a lot more going on with the astrology. It's almost too much to summarize, and I myself am not an expert in astrology, but I do find that it is helpful for me to navigate, and I use my own inner guidance to really tune into what's happening. But it corresponds most of the time, and so I find it very helpful. Um, there is another astrological event. Venus is going to be moving um, into the sign of Aries on Thursday. And at that point, you might find yourself feeling like it's go time, like it's time now for whatever it is that you've been creating or whatever it is you've been dreaming of, it's time for it to happen. So it's kind of like fire horse ignition time, the year of the fire horse. So that's your astro weather report. Now I'd like to do a card reading for everybody who's here and draw a card from the deck. I showed it earlier for those of you who came later. It's the Crystal Spirit Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. You're seeing this backwards on your screen. It's a wonderful deck, and it's all different kinds of crystals, and we're going to use this for our guidance right now. So I'm going to ask Michelle, if you're there, say yes. I'm going to ask you to help me with something. I'm going to be shuffling this deck. If you're there, say yes. What we're going to do here is we're going to draw a card that's general guidance for the days ahead. Maybe some advice about how to deal with the eclipse. What I usually do with the deck is I'll shuffle and I'll listen to the deck, and when I feel that the card for me is on top, I will stop. Okay, Michelle, I'm going to shuffle. When you feel like the card for the group has arrived on top, say stop. And I'll go real slow. So this is general guidance for anybody who's participating in any way with this reading. And welcome to TGYA 22. Welcome. Stop. Okay. I know there's a bit of a delay. I hope that's actually the card. We'll say it is. So let's see what we got. Ooh, this is crazy. I looked at the deck before I started tonight, and this was the card that I saw. Celestite. Celestite. This is a beautiful crystal. See the blue color? Celestite. And you might guess from the name, it's very aligned with celestial. And the art for these cards is just absolutely beautiful. If you like decks, I really highly recommend this one by Colette Baron Reed, the Crystal Spirit Oracle. Now we're going to look at what this means. And what I get here is a quick reading of this. The essential meaning of the Celestite card is connection to the angelic realm. Ooh, and divine energy, clear channels for communication with your guides and universal consciousness. So this is a very helpful one right now. This is saying that you are not alone on the journey, that you have celestial guidance, you have angelic support, you have spirit allies. It's validation. You may already know this. So that's helpful because these are interesting times, challenging times, and ascension is a difficult process. So you're not alone. Good news. So the other good news is that we're going to go on now to do some clearing work for the time that we're in, and I'm sure everybody could use a little bit of extra support in this way. This is the shamanic spiritual hygiene process that I learned from my teachers and that I use with my one-on-one clients that I work with remotely and in person here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I also teach this to my shamanic apprentices through my shamanic apprentice program. And I do it through these live events every week so that there's a place for you to come to stop in and get some support with this. And the veterans here know all about it, and I hope that you're using it yourself. You can modify this to work really well for yourself. And I'm kind of an evangelist for this, and I also do it. So I'm not just talking, this is a lifesaver. When I learned how to do this is when I started to really heal. So we're going to begin to do this tonight, and we're going to do a release, and then we're going to do a little bit of vow break this evening, and then I'm going to invoke protection. We're not doing a journey this evening. We're going to save that for some of the future live events, and I do those on Saturday as well. The guidance that I got was that clearing was the most important thing right now with the eclipse and other things going on. So I hope that resonates for you all. The veterans will know what to do now. You're invited to get comfortable and to go to a comfy place. Maybe your bed's nearby, maybe your couch is nearby. Perhaps you brought a sleeping bag, I don't know, hammock, something. Bring that over or get yourself over to it. And we're going to begin to do some clearing. So I'm going to take off my glasses and I'm going to close my eyes while I do it. For those of you who are new, this means I'm going inward to take a look at the collective field that we're creating together through the process. And I will see what's happening, and I'll also be narrating what I'm seeing as far as the clearing work goes. The first step is always going to be to call in the allies that we're working with. In a moment, you'll have an opportunity to call in your own allies. And for right now, you just need to relax. The most important part of the shamanic arts is receptivity. It's being in a frame of mind where you can receive information, guidance, messages, and begin your journey. And so as I go into the field together with you, I'm starting to see what's going on there. I do see, interestingly, an orange light. The orange ray of clearing has come in because there's some potent energies that we are surrounded by and will need to clear. I do see some residual energies, I would call them, or like just sort of detrimental energies in the field. They look kind of heavy gray, brownish, and they're in a ring around the exterior of the field. We're going to clear that all out. So one more deep breath. Know that you're safe inside of your own body, inside of yourself. You come back to the center and the source. And as we're all doing this, there starts to be more gold light and green light in this field. That's a sign of our connection to our bodies, our hearts, our guts, our source in the center of our being. And I'm now beginning by calling upon the beloved divine source of all that is, the Holy Spirit, great mystery, the One. I ask for a blessing on this work and the best possible outcome for everyone involved. I also call the Mother and Father of all that is and ask them to be present and to bless us, protect us, guide us, and shed grace on us. I call my guides in. I ask my guides to please work with the guides of each person here so that this is in alignment with their free will and all that they would want from this process. I'm calling on the angels. I already hear their tones in my left ear. I've been hearing them from the beginning. They've been with us since the card was drawn. The Celestite card, they are here. I am also calling on the ascended masters and saints. I hear their tones also in my right ear, a different tone. We call on the higher beings, the celestial beings, the divine star beings who are helping us on earth, and all of those who wish to help us who are at a more advanced level. They are here. There's also this incredible green light that's come into the field this evening. It's different. Perhaps the ray of Archangel Raphael, which is a emerald green ray of healing that is needed at this time. So much repair work is needed, and I see it here. We welcome that. I call on my ancestors, the animals, plants, and crystals. I call on the helping spirits, and I call upon the guardian spirits and all those who love me and work with me and through me, and I ask you to please ensure the best outcome in this work for everyone who's participating in any form. So it is. There's so much energy in here now. I don't even know how to describe it. Incredible. But there's always room for more. And so I'm going to ask all of you to please call upon your own allies in any form that you would like to have present. If you're watching this and you're new to this, just know that you can call in anyone who's crossed over, your ancestors, your beloved ancestors. You can call in the spirit of living people. You can call in beloved animals. You can call in values you hold dear, like beauty, order, love, peace. And as you're all calling in your allies, so much increased light, so much gold light at an elevated level from high above us. I see also the ray of Metatron and the Christ light, and also the light of our higher selves, which is coming down and bathing us at this time, assisting us. Wow, it's really, really beautiful. If you're new and just joining, I welcome you in. Just please come on in, and it's a safe place. I am asking all the allies that are being called in to please unify with my own as one unified team in spirit. Amen. So it is. I am now also asking Archangel Michael to please bring down the tunnel of light to receive everything that anybody here wants to release that's not serving them, anything heavy or anything detrimental, anything coming from outside, anything coming from inside that's now ready to be released. We send this into the light to be redeemed and transformed into its highest form. And wow, I have to say, there's so much heat. I have been feeling so much heat energy today from inside, like there's a purging going on, like having a fever. And it just increased here in the field where we're working. The blood moon burns off all that doesn't serve. So there is heat. And I see the tunnel of light is now receiving some of the denser energy. It's going to go start flowing out. I'm going to also do some work on our behalf because of what's going on in the collective. As you're all watching the news, you know that this is a heavy time, a chaotic time. All that chaos, all that violence, all that aggression, all that fear mongering, all that domination and control, all of those old ways, all of those dark ways we are casting out of our field. We send this energy into the light. May it be redeemed and transformed and healed. May this energy be transmuted into something more harmonic, more beneficial. We are not participating in its designs to keep us afraid and reactive. We refuse to follow the instructions. We refuse to comply with the edicts. We refuse to cooperate with these lower vibrational energies. We are calling in the Christ light. We are calling in the divine rays of healing. We are calling in the Christ light to fill us and to harmonize our own energy. And as I'm saying these words, outside of my window, there's a dove, a mourning dove calling, cooing right outside of my window. So it's very serendipitous. This is beautiful. We receive the message of peace. We bring the peace inside of ourselves. We bring the peace and energy inside of ourselves as medicine for the collective. I release all mental anguish. I release all mind control, collective groupthink, collective hysteria, collective distortion, propaganda, delusions, nightmares, anything that's twisting our divine energy in any way, distorting it or blocking us from the light, we cast it out now and send it into the light. Wow, there's like a smokestack has opened through the top of the field, around the crown chakra and above, and all this density that's been trying to crowd its way in is not able to get in. And I see there's Marie over there. Hello, Marie. Good to have you. Dive right in. Okay, my friends, listen, there's so much to clear, but we've already done a lot of really good work and we're being aided by the eclipse energy. It's purging. It's like a magnet pulling the iron filings out of our energy field. So just allow it to do the work. But if there's something specific you want to name by name, this is your chance to do it. So I'm going to hand it over to you all now. And if you're comfortable, say it out loud. I release this. And I'm going to just hold the center for us right now while the dove is cooing. It's so beautiful. There it goes. I love that sound. I also am seeing all the energies that you're clearing, and there's a lot coming out of the heart area, the lungs, anything that lungs hold sadness and grief, depression, watery emotions. And the heart, of course, holds a lot of pain from the past, things we have experienced. It's okay now to let that go. You are allowed to heal. You are healing. You are being supported in your healing journey. All the healing you have experienced will now become your support in the mission that you have now for the rest of your life. Your healing is now a message you can bring to others who are ready to heal. Okay, they're clearing a lot of this density. I'm seeing different colors, all different colors. I'm seeing kind of a heavier energy that looks like sadness or grief that's being pulled out and going into the light. Such wonderful energy. I have to say, all of you are bringing this beautiful energy together. Take a nice breath. I'm going to go right into the vowel break. For you who are veterans of this, you know exactly what I mean by that, VOW. If you're new and you're participating and you're watching, we do this as part of our shamanic spiritual hygiene. It's called vowel break. We break our vows, contracts, and agreements with anything we have made agreements with on the way, either in this lifetime or in past lifetimes, that we choose not to comply with any longer. We wish to be sovereign and free. We wish to be healed and not encumbered any longer by any of these agreements. So we're now going to use our own voices and the shamanic gateway to free ourselves from those vows, contracts, and agreements. And you're going to repeat after me. I'll say a few of them here. If you like them, that you'll be able to say them yourself. So let's do this. I break my vow with all the collective insanity. I am here to bring clarity and sanity to the world. I break my vow with reacting to bullies and to people who are trying to control me. I know what time it is. I break my vow with any heavy energies that have been weighing me down. I'm ready to soar at this time. So those are the ones that came up for me, that came to mind. If you like those, you can repeat them on your own. You can always say your own, and if you can say them out loud, it's even more powerful. So much beautiful light. I'm seeing a light in the field that I can't describe. I don't know what color it is really. I would have to call it, I will give it a name, cranberry. It's not quite purple, it's not quite red, it's like a cranberry. Beautiful color, just beautiful wine color. And then there's beautiful orange, yellow, deep, deep dark purple, all these different colors. They're dancing together in green, chartreuse green. As you're doing your vowel break, they are clearing all of the energies coming from the vowel break that are denser or negative, and they're going to send that into the tunnel of light to be redeemed and transformed. There it goes. I'm watching it just as it goes out. It kind of pops and fizzes as it's transformed. I ask the gold ray to come back and fill that space being vacated so that it can be made whole, that it may be made harmonized, that it be brought into balance, that we all be brought back to that perfect state of connection to the center, the source. And there's also some other light in the field. It's a kind of a silvery light, a platinum light. We're really operating at a very high level this evening because we're all being upgraded. Okay, take a deep breath. We're in the home stretch, believe it or not. And now it's my job to say, Archangel Michael, please take away the tunnel of light, and with it, everything it contains, no longer to return. And away it goes. Archangel Michael has taken it away. So wonderful. You might feel a little bit lighter. There's a few more steps I always have to do. At the very end, I do have some announcements. Please stay to the end. And also, we want to complete this. There's also violet light in the field. That's a very good sign. Violet and gold, we've traded and we're back to the higher light rays. I am now going to ask Archangel Michael, Legion of Michael, Defender Force Angels, Circle Security Angels to please place a strong triple grid of protective energy around each and every person who is participating in this clearing. May their personal energy field be extra shielded at this time. May they receive extra cloaking from view from anything that doesn't have their best interest at heart. May they have extra layers of protection. May they receive additional support and comfort at this time. I am also asking for a triple grid around their home, the place where they work, their loved ones, all the animals, plants, and living things that they love, all the projects that they're working on, their own creative efforts. I ask for protection on their own healing process in mind, body, heart, spirit, and soul. There's a lot of white light now in this field for all of you, but there's always room for some more. So I'm going to hand it over to you. And now it's your chance to ask for something specific that you feel you need some protection for. So take it away, and I'm going to hold the field where right now I'm looking at the most extraordinary, delicious looking purple light, very high vibrational ray of light, and this beautiful peach light, and the cranberry light. And as this is all unfolding, I do hear those tones. They're so loud, especially in my left ear, the angelic tones. All that you are asking for is so. It is so. They are working with you as they always do. As the card said, you have angelic assistance at all times. Big, big, deep breath now. And we're going to close out. I now cut cords between myself and each person here. I cut cords between each person here and each other. I am going to thank all these beautiful allies. We love you so much. We so, so, so love you and appreciate what you do. We are grateful. Please continue to work with us during these extraordinary times, even if we forget to ask. Please know that we need your help and welcome it. I now dissolve the circle until we meet again. In the name of the goddess and of the god and of the divine spirit, amen. So there you have it. I'm going to welcome you all back slowly. Come back into your bodies. You can blink your eyes a little bit. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. I have a few announcements. I appreciate if you stay just another minute. First of all, I have to thank all of you who are here on all three platforms. All three platforms are working because I got a new device for YouTube, microphone for Instagram, and I'm continuing to upgrade things. Keep coming, and each time it will be getting better and smoother. But I can't do it without you. I have to thank all of you, you veterans who are coming to both of these clearings. I can't thank you enough. I also appreciate everybody spreading the word. I'm going to start doing some of my own promotion as well to get more people to come. If you're new and you're watching this, please do follow me on Instagram where I'm holly.million. On Facebook, I'm holly.million.5. And on YouTube, I'm Holly the Shaman Artist. And I've been making many plans for this year. I've completed a business plan for expanding my business. I'm now working full time doing my shamanic work, one on one sessions, land, home, and business clearing, apprentice program, and a lot more to come. I am working on some classes, and I've converted my home into a sanctuary and clubhouse for all the mystic types who are looking for community. Stay tuned for some big announcements. Again, thank you all so much. I couldn't do it without you. I love you all so very much. And I'll see you again Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, and Tuesdays now at 5 p.m. Pacific. You have options. Thanks for inviting your friends. If you like this, you can always make a donation via Venmo. It's not required. It is appreciated. However, the Venmo link is on my Facebook feed. If you have questions about it, just let me know, but I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Lola. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, everybody. If I didn't mention you, my apologies. Thank you so much. If I didn't see you on the other platforms, make a comment so I'll know you were there. Love you guys. Bye.